chopping around. That's right. Bitcoin price chopping around, giving us opportunity to the downside. We've got some great charts we're going to be covering today, talking about exactly what is giving this sell pressure, where price is going next. We're going to be diving into this, all this and more in just a couple minutes. So let's go ahead, go to this hold screen. And if you're watching this later, just skip ahead and right into the stream. Hope everybody's doing well. These markets may feel scary, but they are providing opportunity. Question is, are you prepared to take this opportunity? Do you have dry powder on the sideline? If you don't, that's okay. Sometimes patience is the best medicine for what you need to do. If you're not prepared to take advantage of buying, if you have a portfolio set and you have coins that you're looking at holding or looking at huge gains over the next year, then there's no reason to stress right now. Good morning, everybody. I see Meep in the chat. We got Falco, B Team Crypto, Alexandra G, the queen of the crypto mods. Man and Meta, what's up? How you doing, everybody? We got some great things to cover today. We're gonna be talking about it all here in just a couple minutes. As you pour in, let's get active in the chat. Let's show what we're thankful for. I'm thankful for this dip. Some people are frustrated by it. If you're frustrated by it, that's a good indication that you were not adequately prepared, whether it means in your mind or in your portfolio, in your strategy. Do you have a strategy? What's your time horizon? What's your risk management? What coins are you looking to pick up? Let us know in the chat. Meep says, I love this dip. Renegade Designer says, good morning. 2:40 a.m. here in Oz. Where is Oz? Are you in the Wizard of Oz? Everybody that is here early, where are you tuned in from? What city, what state? We're going to be jumping in here to or what country as well. We got people from around the world. My apologies. I did not mean to leave you out. We're going to be jumping into these charts. I'm going to show you some levels. We're going to look at some data talking about why this crash, aka not a crash, a necessary retracement is showing itself right now. We're about to dive in here in just a moment. We got Sam Gray in the house, B Team Crypto, Crimson Caravan. We got the whole crew, early comers right now. We're about to dive into it. So everybody, hit that like button. Man and Meta is in from Dubai. Token Tide Temptress made it. What's up? How you doing? We're about to break down some charts, some on-chain, some TA, some signals, some levels, so that we can be best prepared. Hope you're all feeling good. You know what? Let's go ahead and get into it here in just a moment. In chat, drop an emoji in there if you're a member. Let's get this popping. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. We've got a lot of things to cover today. We're going to jump right on into it. We're going to be talking about this chart. We're going to be talking about some really big sell pressure that came into the market from miners, as well as, you know, this huge sell order from the sell pressure, I should say, over this last couple months, especially yesterday, the largest outflow from GBTC. And of course, a lot of realized profits being sent to exchange, which has provided that fuel for that downside pressure. We're going to be talking about all of this and more in this chat, in this stream. So everybody, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Ding the bell. Let's get involved because these markets are providing opportunity. Are you scared right now? These markets are doing what big money, professionals, successful people that make huge gains in this market, They wait for opportunities like this. So if you want to swim with the whales, you got to act like one. Let's not get frustrated that the price action is dipping. It's not crashing. This is a necessary retrace. It's providing you opportunity if you're prepared to take it. Follow us for more if you want to know how to dominate this market, because that's what this is all about. Now, let's go ahead and get into it right now. Let's go back to the drawing board before we start. Let's look at what's going on. We're at a market cap of $2.36 trillion. Is anything really crashing? Let's be honest. Markets have been just ripping to the upside over the last few months. If we really think about it, come back over here. Let's go to the weekly charts. Let's zoom out here. Double click on this bar here, go to auto mode. And this has been going up into a parabolic move, starting with this candle right here. The first week of January 2023. We've seen a 20% pullback, 20% pullback, 20% pullback. And right here, this wick up, speculation drive up from the ETF, and then huge sell-off immediately right after into a launch. The kid jumped out of the tree onto the trampoline, boom. When you see him jump out of the tree, you're like, he's going to break his legs, but you did not notice the trampoline that was there, and that's exactly what happened here, bouncing right inside this dynamic support zone and ripping to the upside. So when we zoom in, let's go to the 1 hour candles. Oh my God, the price is breaking down. Is it though? The price action is doing what it needs to do. It's cleansing the market. It is shaking out people that are over leveraged at the top, getting people committed short, and that's going to at some point, whether it's here in this region here above 61,000 or a further breakdown all the way down here into the short-term holder cost basis area, $54,000. At some point, there's going to be over leveraged shorts coming into the market, and those are going to get flushed too. Cleaning one way, cleaning the other way. It's as Joshua Jake calls it, the windshield wiper method. And it's when people get a little too exuberant on one direction or the other, and the market flushes them out. This is a healthy thing. This is a normal thing. This happens regularly in all bull markets. So we are not going to look at the market right now and say, man, Bitcoin's down 11% in the last 7 days, and forget that if we come back again to this weekly chart, okay, we're down 7%, but since this bull market started, we are up 300 something percent. Come on. Are we really going to be frustrated at that? I see all the emojis in chat. Big love to everybody that's here on a daily basis. If you're here more than twice a week or more than 3 times a week, throw a 1 in chat right now. We have so many wonderful community members. I'm a part of your community as much as you're a part of mine. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm hoping that the messages, that the content, that the tools, that the resources that we share here in BitLab Academy on the YouTube, as well as in the Academy on the bitlabacademy.com courses and in the premium Discord, if it's helping you out in any way, if you learned anything, if it's helped you make more profits, if it's helped you stem the bleeding from losses that you used to take, throw a, what should we put? Throw a heart in chat. Just throw a heart in chat. I know we're, positively impacting people because I get messages about it all the time, but let's share that with the world. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on right now. So we're at $2.36 trillion market cap. Okay, things are good. Things are going well. Things are still extremely greedy. We need the opportunity if we want to dominate in this market. So let's celebrate this redness that is around me. Redness in the market. Let's say that, okay. Redness in the market. Market's crashing. People are panicking. It is this. This is your signal. This is the signal for when you identify when are good opportunities to buy, especially in a bull trend. It can become a little bit more difficult when we're in a never-ending bear market like we saw in 2022. But when we are in an incredibly strong uptrend like we've been in since January 2023, and we see a 7, 12, 15, even 30% pullback, but the trend is defined as a strong bullish trend, and we have these capital inflows like we've never had before with these ETFs. This is opportunity. Red is opportunity. You buy when there's blood in the streets. I hope you follow us for more. I hope we can keep you on the right side of the trade so that you can dominate in this market, so this red can make your portfolio green, because that's what this is about. This is what it's about. It's all of us rising our tides together, because a rising tide raises all ships. So we got a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, Ethereum, a little bit of a drawdown, 17% down in a week, $3,300. Only a short period of time ago, people were thinking this was going to go straight to 5,000 up to, previous all-time highs and beyond. But the market likes to shake the confidence of the crowd. What do the majority think? Let's take their money. And if you're aware of this, you can be one of the people, I don't want to say that takes other people's money. You could be one of the people that doesn't get your money taken. You can use understanding what's going on in this market to your advantage so that you can properly allocate yourself and navigate this market. And sometimes you don't always have to buy every red day. You don't have to buy every dip. Sometimes it's just about sitting on the sidelines and letting the market do the work. So now let's come over here. Let's come up here to our watch list. Because essentially what I do is I come over here if you're on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, you could put a star next to different coins that you want to pay attention to. Come up here, and then once you have those stars all set up, you can come to Watchlist and filter down the entire CoinMarketCap and look at the coins you specifically want to look at on your watch list. So Codex, one of those coins that we've added to our portfolio, is down 15%. Purify, haven't picked this one up yet, and I'm still considering it, but this is down 13%. Matrix AI, down 12%. Stoblocks, Pith, Purple, a lot of coins are down somewhat significantly here, but we also see it's not everything is down. We see Proppy is up 28% in the last 24 hours. Phantom is up 13%. John Dalton in our premium Discord has been sharing signals on Phantom for the last 3 months. So anybody that's following along there in that premium Discord, the BitLab premium Discord, that member zone, he's been sharing some great signals on this. Stacks up 11% in the last 24 hours. Celestia up 8%. Say up 4%. Ribbon Finance 4%, 2%. And then it gets fairly flat for the rest of the market or slightly down. Point being is there's going to be opportunity that presents itself throughout all different periods of the bull market cycle. And sometimes you have to realize, you always have to realize, that a red day doesn't mean a bear market. A red day means opportunity in a bull market. Let me say that again. A red day, a drop in price, does not represent a new bear market. A red day within a strong bullish trend represents opportunity to take advantage of that bull trend. So the question is, are you taking advantage of this so you can have a more productive, a more effective, a more profitable bull trend? And if not, are you sitting on the sidelines, or are you panic selling only to buy in later? That's what you have to ask yourself in every bit of market movement, especially when we're in a bull trend. Let's take advantage of this opportunity while we can. Now, let's get back into what we want to talk about here, because I got to cut this short, a little bit short today. I have to run I have somewhere to go for about 30 minutes in a little bit. But coming over here, we can see this was a few days ago. This was March 12th. Value at spot price, $385 million. What the hell is this talking about? $385 million worth of profits that were taken at this level. Once we broke previous all-time high, we're moved on to exchange. That is the definition of selling pressure, when coins have been held, taken profit, and, basically those profits, are on exchange, AKA liquid capital that can be sold. By the way, if you're not following me, give me a follow here. There's only one. I found a couple more fake profiles out there. Make sure you're following me here at Kelly Kellam, KELLYKELLAM. And then, of course, BitLab Academy right here at Academy BitLab. Give that a follow. Now, what we're talking about right here is, what's the context of what happened? The context of what happened is we had over $600 million in outflows yesterday from GBTC. Nearly 10,000 Bitcoin dropped on the market, sold. In addition to this, we also have miners, these people that secure the network, selling pressure that has been on this uptrend of price action. We've seen miner selling sort of speed up here, and we know this because their reserves have fallen, as we can see right here, as price action has been pushing up. Now, in addition to what's going on right now, this is not necessarily a bearish thing. This is something that provides opportunity. Like we were just talking about, within the bull trend, there's going to be periods of time where there are always going to be people that either sell and capitulate or take profits. There's always going to be a price somebody's willing to sell or be fudded out of their Bitcoin. So although we do have a fixed supply of Bitcoin and it does feel like there's, supply shock and, where's all the Bitcoin going to come from? There's always going to be people willing to sell. And when you get more people selling than buying at a certain point, when you have a shift in that dynamic, that's when you get that drop in price. And so when we see right here, miners selling, this doesn't mean the end of the bull trend. This means that miners are getting prepared for the actually upcoming bull trend. We have the halving just around the corner, which cuts their profitability in half. Why? Because these miners operate on profits that they are getting from the rewards they get when they are mining blocks of Bitcoin. They're all competing to mine blocks, and not everybody mines the same amount of blocks. It depends on the strength of their facility, how strong their mining power is, the quality of the technology they have. So at some point they have to take profits and make sure that they're prepared for the more competitive nature that mining will be in the matter of about a month from today, a month from tomorrow, the halving. So there's some miners taking profit, okay? Regular pre-halving things. And we talked about this in the BitLab Discord. Coming over here, we can see, I shared this yesterday or the day before, we're at record levels of profitability in the market. When you have record levels of profitability, that is a huge incentive. That's a huge incentive for people in the market to start taking some profits, because some people are going to be long-term holders and they're going to hold forever. Some people are only trading in and out and they're all about fiat, but they're making a lot of money on Bitcoin. There's different dynamics and different types of players within this space, and we have to be aware of that. So miners doing, there we go. Everybody's in profit. We talked about that. So this is the sort of context that I like to think of this as. Farmers harvest the fields to prepare for the next seasons, right? This is what happens. Now, when we're talking about Bitcoin, miners are doing just that. They're harvesting their field a little bit right now. They're preparing for the astronomical gains that are going to be coming and be competitive within that arena. For those that are taking care of their coins and not acting in panic. Now, the question is, some people are taking profits. Are you doing it on strategy, or are you selling at a loss, or are you selling even if you're in profit because you're scared it's going to go down? What's your strategy versus what's your just action that's being triggered by an emotion? If it's being triggered by an emotion, it's probably the wrong move. Shout out to Lock Sky, says, gifted 5 memberships. Welcome to all the new members here in the family. Big love to you. I appreciate you. Thank you for those 5 gifted memberships. You get the BitLab beaker next to your name, and you get all the emojis. And I'm going to share some charts in here for the BitLab members as well here on YouTube this afternoon. Now, the other question is, you don't have to always buy and sell and trade every different time frame. Some people are trading on 5-minute time frames. Some are trading on multi-month. Some are trading on multi-year time horizons. Sometimes planting your fields, aka buying the dips, and other times you just need to be patient. Question is, what's your strategy? Stick to it. Now, this is a representation that's beautiful of what's going on with the Bitcoin spot ETFs. This red bar right here, this has been the sell pressure. They had huge, they had over 600-something thousand Bitcoin. And they've sold almost 200,000, a little bit over 200,000 Bitcoin in the last 2 months, 2.5 months now. And in that same time, the rest of these ETFs have had huge, astronomically high flows, largest flows of any ETF in history. This shows the appetite for what's going on. Now, will this sustain? Well, we can look to this graph right here from the Rational Root here on his Bitcoin strategy platform, but we can see minus 9,486 Bitcoin from Grayscale yesterday. At some point, they are either going to change their management fee structure and reduce it so there's not as many outflows, or maybe this persists for the next 4 or 5 months. At some point, the outflows of Grayscale is going to stop. And that's going to be a good thing, because look at how many, ignore this top line and just look here, day over day, plus 11,000 Bitcoins from just to BlackRock alone, plus 8,000 just to BlackRock, plus nearly 5,000 to BlackRock, plus 2,000 to BlackRock. And that on those same days, 721, almost 4,000, almost 200, almost 2,200 or more. And we're seeing, there's There's so much buying pressure that's going on here, and the fireworks have not even started yet. And then we see things like this. The world's largest pension fund explores Bitcoin as an investment. This story is going to continue and persist as other companies and other institutions and other foreign sovereign funds, etc. The capital flow is only going to increase into Bitcoin over time. We're going to have oscillation, sure. And when we come back over here to the Bitcoin strategy platform, we can also see this oscillating in the demand for the ETF. This is the average, the moving average right here over time. We're averaging around 4,000 a day. Some very high up here at 14,000 and some negative like we saw yesterday with minus 2,200. But the average is still remaining very positive. We are getting an oscillation because there's also going to be emotional people and there's also going to be manipulation around all these things within the market. So let's not just jump out because all of a sudden we're back to previous all-time high. How could it go higher? Ignore the price. Look at the data. We have a lot of wonderful things going on within this market. Now, I also shared in the BitLab Discord about almost a week ago, this level down here this did not really seem like it was the likely level because price was just persisting to the upside. But in this persistence to the upside, weakness comes in eventually. When we look down on these levels down here, we see that see this large momentum wave? Now look at this next momentum wave. Look how much lower this is, but the price is higher. And then it gets lower yet. As this is going up, there's weakness coming in to the market, not only on a momentum basis, but also on the RSI. See the RSI is way up here, right here. This is higher. RSI is lower. So we're seeing weakness coming in up into this level before the breakdown occurred, but we already had it mapped out. And because it was mapped out, we don't have a heart attack. And shout out again to Lock Sky for the 5 Get to memberships. Big love to you. Now, we have all the way down here for price to test and still remain bullish. And you could argue that it would still be bullish even if we lost this level. It would be bullish ultimately if we came all the way down even here to this 200-day moving average at $40,600. But let's use this short-term holder cost basis kind of as a metric because things are more bullish than bearish right now. So even on our test downward, that level, I have it marked out. Let me zoom in on the chart. Let's go to the 6 hour. There we go. The short-term holder cost basis is down here in this $54,000 range. Now, what would this represent for Bitcoin price? This would represent from this top about a 25-26% drop. We have seen in every previous market cycle much larger drops in price pre-halving. So if we zoom back over here, we can see from this top right here, this is at 13,000, 13,005, 14, 13,8. Okay. Let's press shift bar. Let's press shift, click on the chart. That gives you a measuring tape. Here we go. And to the bottom here, if we did not account for this black swan event, this is a global economic shutdown. This is a COVID, economy off right here where my mouse is. If we just looked at this drawdown here, not even considering the COVID shutdown, that's a 53-54% move to the downside. If we consider this black swan event, consider all data, right? That's roughly a 70% move to the downside. Okay, what about the cycle before that? Let's go back. Let's look. Come on. So this is a move up to $20,000. So let's zoom in here. Let's see what we had. We just have to, and I've shared this with you all before, but we just have to remind ourselves. So there we go. There's the bottom of that wick. That's a 41% drop across the halving. Now, what happened just before that? Well, we had this huge move. Oh my God, Super Bowl. Oh my God, it's so bullish. 122% rise in this move into immediately basically take a move back down. Let's see. Move back down. I'm going to the bottom of this wick here. About a 30% drop. So we had a 30% drop followed by a 42% drop. And that's just the last 2 cycles. So what we're seeing right now with the price action having a, let's zoom back in on it. 4 hours, double click here, double click on there we go. What we've currently seen is actually starting to get substantial. If we actually take it to where this level is, it's about a 16% drop so far. Now, in line with what we've seen in this full cycle so far, We have seen this type of drop repeated over and over again. We have this move right here. This is at what we were talking about before, that the ETF speculation and then the subsequent sell-off. If we get back out here to the 8 hour, we can see a little bit more clearly from the top there to the bottom, about 18-20% pullback. From the top there to the bottom there, about 18-20% pullback. And it happened again right here. Regularly, we've had these pullbacks. So right now we feel like it's over. When the fireworks just began, and we see this repeated across other assets as well. I've been talking about this. I've had this marked, this line marked out on this chart for some time. And this is this parallel channel we have on Ethereum, right? Basically resistance here, resistance here. We broke through this resistance, and now it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for this to come back and test somewhere in this region. And in fact, not only is it testing this zone right now on this downside action, but look at this on this 3-day chart. This came down and tapped right on this trend signal line, right within this basically dynamic support zone. Doesn't mean we can't go beyond it, but it's showing price action is testing levels known on the chart. If we get down on the 4-hour chart, we can see right here, I just want to point out, and I've been sharing this a lot lately, is that once the price action loses this yellow line, this weekly VWAP, we lost it. We're kind of rejecting at it. We come down, reject at it, come down. We want to watch essentially right now, let the price action do the work. We want to watch this price action, whether it trades a little sideways here, whether it pushes up. We want to watch for, don't just on the halfway up here, try to take a long to catch it. Wait for this to see what the interaction is with this weekly VWAP. Currently, they're playing this negative spread, meaning they're trying to push it further down. We want to wait until the price action takes out this weekly VWAP. As we can see right here, the momentum is expanding to the downside, but the VWAP is trying to angle back up. Maybe this is the bounce. We can't know by looking at just this little move right here. As it stands, we saw this move right here, rejected the VWAP. We want to see what happens on a move to the upside. As it stands, we did have money flow flip negative here. And we are at this position in the market that this could be enough for a downside price action. That's a 21, 22% move to the downside on Ethereum. We have massively bullish things on the horizon for Ethereum. And remember, this ETH ETF, which is likely potentially to come in May with approval, is not guaranteed. But we also just had another major speculative thing driving price action and speculation in Ethereum, and that's the Denkun upgrade. Well, it just happened. So this rise, yes, it's partially attributed to the fact that Bitcoin was also rising. But we also had this ETH update that was on the news, and everybody's talking about that, as well as the ETH ETF. The Denkun upgrade has happened. Bitcoin's dropping, and a little bit of a sell the news, which is also why you can see there's a little bit more of a downside here represented than we saw in Bitcoin. And we can tell that that's also true because we can see on the ETH to Bitcoin pair that this is dropping. This means that ETH is getting less valuable compared to Bitcoin. Now, what we want to do is we want to see this. We want to see when this breaks out, not only back up to the upside, we want this to break into this territory. And for really, I'm talking incredible bull altcoin season. We would like to see this press up, maybe a little bit of a pause here, but a breakout here would represent an astronomically huge amount of capital flowing into the altcoin market over Bitcoin, or faster than, I should say. So let's pay attention to that. Now, AVAX is looking incredibly strong. Did have a dip, sure, but we're in this rising sort of channel here. We're holding on right now, holding on right at the level of deciding whether the bulls are going to stay in charge or if the bears are going to stay in charge. Because look, we lost the weekly this yellow line, weekly VWAP, and this trend signal line. We came up, rejected, came up, rejected, came up, we rejected, but now we're right on the cusp of potentially breaking back through this and rising. So AVAX actually looks quite strong here. Still positive money flow. The VWAP is angled to the upside on the oscillators on the bottom here on the BitLab Trend Fuel. And it's looking a little, bullish, bearish, neutral. So this is waiting on which direction they want to go. If we get rejected here again, I'm watching for a potential test down in here into the $54 to $52 region. And potentially, if we lose this, coming down in the upper 40s. Render, remember, we just had that massive conference starting yesterday. I do believe render talk at what's it called? Is it called GTC or GTC? Yeah. When is 3 p.m. Wednesday? So tomorrow, future of rendering. That's not what I'm looking for. Here we go. So Render Founder is to speak at NVIDIA's GTC conference in 4 days. And that was, yeah, he's not, I don't think he talked yesterday. When, do you guys know? Let me know in the chat. If you guys know what day he's going to talk, I believe it's coming here. Take a visit, Dali. I don't know when he's, when they're talking, but regardless of any potential sell off in the short run, and remember Joshua Jake, who took a good bit of profits out of his DPEN and his AI assets. He's playing different narratives. He's playing narratives in a different way than I am. He was in some of these way earlier than I was. And I'm also looking much more longer term. So I'm okay with riding a dip. Even if this were to dip down, I'd be adding my position down here at this 838 range. We already have it marked out. When this was just ripping to the upside, this didn't seem possible. But right now, with the market being in the bearish stance that it is, well, yeah, you said they spoke yesterday. They already did? So the render team already spoke? Okay. Well, regardless of that, if this does kind of have a little bit of a sell the news from this, that's okay. That provides me opportunity because I'm looking at holding a lot of these things through this bull trend. As I've showed all of you in this altcoin portfolio that I've been building since February 7th. And some things are down in the last 24 hours. Down, we can see, let's see, down 15%, microcap. Down 9%. This is still giving us opportunity. $105 again for quant. Polygon down 8%. We're hovering around that dollar. It was under $1 yesterday. It was like 98 cents or something. Back at $1.09. Aerodrome, you know, still way up on this from our entry. Up $3,000 on this. These are spot trades, right? Spot entries holding. Near down a bit. Down in the $6.80. It was up well over 8, I think, to the $9 region. I'm not mad at this. This means I can harvest some more capital from my life and then deploy it and strengthen positions on those coins that I believe in are going to do well in this coming bull trend. Link feels frustrating, right? Feels frustrating if you don't have a plan. We marked this level out some time ago. This is not only this low, but also this high. Also, you know, so we're seeing kind of an indication that this may even trade a bit lower. We do have some bullish divergence here with the momentum waves. We have negative money flow. And the VWAP is angled to the upside. Stochastics look like they're trying to bounce. So let's see on this 4-hour time frame. Let's see if this price action, see how it's starting to roll over here. Let's see if we can get that bullish jolt and retake. Look at this. Not only this VWAP, this yellow line, but also this trend signal line, but also this green line that we have here, which just happens to act as a bit of a support level here. This is also the price at which we entered. But right in this zone, this is where we'd like to retake to see this price action move to the upside. I mean, it's chopping. Came right down into this level. Had we extended this out, previous top, bounce here, rejection here, trading within this zone, bounce on the top side of this. And look, we came down, tapped into this with a wick, and then launched back up. And look, on this one, this has taken out this VWAP right here. So we want to make sure this isn't a fake out to get rejected at this trend signal line and come down. Let's see if this can, if this is going to be that bullish play coming out of this. GRT, falling broadening wedge. These tend to break bullish, but these have no terminal date, meaning terminal date is, you know, if you have a pattern like this, the terminal point is the point at which these converge. When you have two patterns or two lines, support and resistance, there's no terminal point there, meaning they don't converge. This could go on for some period of time, but these tend to break bullish eventually, right? But as we're seeing right now, we're fighting this weekly VWAP right here. If we get rejected, we may be coming down to test much lower down here in the 33 cents range before we get a bounce. If we're able to take this out, maybe we do something like this and then have that continuation of the upside. Things are waiting to see right now on Bitcoin. Is this going to be the bounce, or is this going to be a further price action move to the downside? As it stands right now, I just noticed this. If we come over to this chart right here, as it stands right now, it does look like we do have a bit of a falling broadening wedge on Bitcoin as well. But again, we got to watch this weekly VWAP. Let's go ahead and delete this. Remember, it could have gone up, it could have gone down. It went down. This did not end up being an inverted head and shoulders. This ended up being, we're trying to trap some people, and then it broke to the downside, right in line with where support. This is the zone we have to overtake. Basically 64.9 up to 66,000 is going to be the level. Now let's go ahead and look at this so 64.9 to 66,000. Now look at this on the heat maps. This is where the heat maps start getting a little bit hotter. See how it's dark blue? Not much liquidations in this zone. Start get liquidations here at 64. We get up to where? 64.9, right in this zone right here. This is where we're starting to get a little bit more color, and it gets very deep at 65. What we say? 64.9 to 66,000. We looked at that with TA, with lines. Now we're reinforcing what our thoughts are on the market based on where there's liquidation levels in these charts. And this shows that that is going to be a necessary zone we have to take out. We can also see it right here on the chart, right? So $66,000 is right here, right where we're starting to get a lot more color in this chart directly above us. But look at this W formation. It's trying to do the work. What time frame would that be on? Let's go ahead down 24 minutes. So look at that. We got this W formation. So let's go ahead and see there. Look, it's trying to get up into that $65,000 range. That's the weekly VWAP. Option F from the top to the bottom. Golden pocket is right in this zone as well. So this tells us on this move, this is a critical juncture. Not only do we have the weekly VWAP, we have the golden pocket from this current move that we just broke down in, is right in that zone, $65,900 to $66,000. So we have several points of confluence that even if this price rises up here, people want to jump in and go long here, there's a potential this can reverse because there's a substantial different types of technical analysis that suggest we need to be concerned about this level right here. Solana also came up into this zone, right in this $200 plus zone, 209, we're almost right at our target. Things aren't going to hit on the penny. Look regionally in those zones. This is why also if you're taking a shorter term like scalp trade into the zone, you're coming up into this. If you did not take any profit because your target was 210, it didn't hit it, then you don't deserve to take profits on this. You don't deserve to have the profits. You need to hedge yourself when you're trading and take some profits, front run these things. Now look at this. We had a little, look at this head and shoulders right here. And the target was right in here. And this is exactly where we came down to. Bounced and then lost it again, tested this, told the market that the bears wanted to continue lower. Why? Because we broke this level, came up, tested this and came back down, tested it again, came down. Where? Right into this target box that we have from before on this chart. So the market is doing its best to shake you out. Let me say this again. The market is doing its best to shake you out. If you have a plan, then you can be sitting there like one of those little sand spiders waiting with the trap door, waiting for the price to come to the level that you were looking for, and you can take advantage of it because you're prepared. If you're not prepared, then you're going to be flopping and groping. You're going to be shaken about, and you're going to get shaken off this profit train because you're trading with emotion, shaking to the tune of hope and fear. Trade with data, trade with levels that you've already identified. Let the price do its work by taking it there with you already having your strategy in place so you can take advantage of it with your strategy, not with your emotion. Then you'll be absolutely profitable on a consistent basis in this market. If you like the sound of that, if you want to win this market, follow us for more. Join us here in the BitLab Academy. And on that note, I do want to share, while the price is breaking down right now, there is not only a wonderful deal going on, but also a giveaway on this tweet right here on BitLab Academy, at Academy BitLab. You can find it there. You can also go to my page at Kelly Kellum, and you can scroll down. You'll see it here. If you click on it, you'll see retweet, chance to win for 100 USDT. I will be picking this on Tuesday, March 26th. That's next week. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday. I might have the day wrong. But if you retweet this, you get enter. We'll randomly draw from people that retweet and hit this like button right there. But you also, everybody, if you want to get involved in our Discord, where we're sharing this kind of alpha and we're sharing calls and setups and watch lists. I mean, so much going on in our Discord. And you also have access to second you sign up, second you come to this page and sign up. Make sure you check your email. There's 2 emails you get. One of the emails may get sent to your spam folder. It's just, that's how emails suck sometimes. Go to your spam folder. If you don't see it, there's 2 steps. Very simple. Through those 2 steps, you can automatically have all your permissions added. I get so frustrated with people not checking those and then getting mad that they don't have access when it's at your fingertips. Just check your inbox, check your spam folder. There's 2 steps and your permissions will automatically be added. If you have any trouble with it, I'm happy to help you. Email me at help@bitlabacademy.com. Again, help@bitlabacademy.com. And the link to this is lab.bitlabacademy.com/Josh. And that link is right here in this tweet, right here. Click on that. You can join 30 days for free. And the second you join, you get opportunity. It's your opportunity. We don't force it on you. You can upgrade and get the indicators and get the full courses where we break down. I saw somebody here said they went through, started to go through the on-chain data course. He said he wished he went through it earlier. And each one of these courses has lessons. They're 7 to 15 minutes, specific topic lessons. This on-chain data course, it will help you understand the market movements in this market so you can see when the big players are shifting their funds. You can see when they're buying and accumulating. You can see when you're getting into a local top. It gives you the foreshadowing, and then you come onto the chart and you say, okay, I see what the big players are doing now. Let me find the levels on the chart that I'm going to pull the trigger. And that's what this is all about. I hope to see you guys in the Discord. Take advantage of that link, lab.bitlabacademy.com. Again, I will share that in the, it's on my Twitter page, but I'll share it here in the live chat as well. Free trial here. Boom. There, shared. Now, everybody, hit the like button, join us, hit that subscribe button. I love you guys. I got to run because I have an errand I have to run, and then I have a big meeting at right after that. So I hate to jet off soon, but I love you guys. I appreciate you. Drop some comments down below. Let me know. Do you think we're going to get that short-term holder cost basis? I want to see every one of you show some love on the comments of this video, not in the live chat, down below this video. Do you think we're going to test that $54,000, $55,000 region? Or do you think we're coming into a local low now above 61,000 and we're about to start making that move back up? I'm curious to see your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're feeling. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Adios, banditos. Adios, muchachos. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Hit that like button. Subscribe, and I'll see you inside. Adios.